All right, I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for showing up. I wish the weather could be a little better, but, be prepared. That's what we're here for. So, since we're doing this a little different, we're not going to have our standard opening ceremony, but I do have our 2 Arrow of Light Scouts that are going to start us off, okay?
May everybody please rise. May you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you please join me in the Scout walk? The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, thrifty, brave, clean, and loving.
Which one's next? May you please join me in the Scout oath. Scout is trustworthy. Lord. Oh yeah. On my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty, to guard my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Will you please join me in the outdoor code? As an American, I will do my best to my duty. As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, to be careful with fire, be considerate of the outdoors, and to be conservation-minded.
May you please join me in the Scout motto. Do your best.
People stands for Will Be Loyal Scouts. 2.
Alright, great job. Great job, guys. Thank you very much. And hand sanitizer. Alright, so as I said, this is a very different day. Usually we do not do our Bobcat ceremonies when we do our Arrow of Light ceremonies, but you guys have been working very, very hard, and we thought it would be a great opportunity to do this outside, which we have never done before, and we'll do this right before we go on to our crossover with our Arrow of Lights with our guest, Mr. Harry Burnham. So, sticking with social distancing, what we're going to do is we're going to have the families, as I call them, come up one at a time, and they're going to start going over towards the cones. This way we can stay, nice and safe. I will have bags up here that have individual face paints that are clean and been prepared and never been touched to anybody else. If you can't use face paints on your Scout, that's perfectly fine. We'll just go through the motions. I also have their badges pinned as well to the bag. So, we'll get the party started. We will start with our newest but oldest Scout, Lucia. If you would like to come up with your family, and we'll grab a little kit. And don't worry, I'll walk everybody through everything. So right here, you can grab a bag. And then if you want to head back right over towards that end picnic table. Next we have Alexander. So if you want to come this way, we'll grab a bag. Alexander, come this way. Yep, we're going to grab a bag. Take one of those, okay? And then we'll head back over to a spot over there. Next we have Edward, right? Alright, come this way. have a nice little bag set up for you and your parents. Right there. And you can go to the cone right by the bear. Next we have Gabriel. Alright, come this way. Bag right there. I think you can go, yeah, why don't you go back over that way towards Alexander. And we got Isaac. We got a bag set up for you. Next we have Jacob. And a bag for you. And next we have Nicholas. And we have a bag for you. You can grab a free cone if you want to head over by Jack. And last one we have is Parker. Right there, last one. And if you want, you can actually stand right here, which is perfectly fine. Alright, so today our pack has some scouts who have worked very, very hard since joining Cub Scouts. A lot of you joined last year, so I know you've been working super duper hard. And we have some new scouts that have joined this year, so welcome. So, I've already called everybody's names, but let's repeat them just in case. We have Lucia, we have Alexander, we have Edward, we have Gabriel, Isaac, Jacob, Nicholas, and Parker. Everybody has come forward, everybody's in a safe spot, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. The parents are going to do this year instead of Mr. Murphy, okay? So we have given you a bag of face paint. Those are the colors and the spirit of Cub Scouting. Does that make sense? Yeah. Alright. So, as you say each color, as I say each color, you, as the parents, will paint on the faces of your scouts. Okay? Does that make sense? So obviously I think the kids will have to have their masks off if you feel comfortable doing so. If you do not, you can just pretend that we are coloring on their faces, okay? Alright, is everybody ready? So, the first color your parents are going to grab is blue out of the bag. Blue is from the sky. The paw print of the bobcat on your forehead is the spirit of the bobcat. So you put a little mark, a little paw print on their forehead. This reminds you as scouts to do your best on the Cub Scout trail. Does everybody got their blue paw prints on their foreheads? Everybody looks great? Excellent. So, the next color you're going to take out of your bags is yellow. Yellow is for the sun. The yellow marks under your eyes will help you see the light of the Cub Scout trail, and they symbolize the bright spirit of Cub Scouting. Alright, I think we have everybody. So the next color you're going to grab out of your bag is white. White is for purity. The mark on your nose helps you know right from wrong as you go along the Cub Scout trail. Everybody's got their white stripe? Perfect. Alright, next one you're going to grab out of your little bag is red. Red is for courage. The mark on your chin reminds you to always speak the truth. Alright, I think we're ready for the last color. Green is the next one that you're going to take out of your bag. Green stands for the spirit of nature. The marks on each cheek will guide you to live in harmony with the great outdoors. Alright, so now, if you guys don't remember this from last year, the parents have done a lot of hard work doing this, and I know that bag is very, very, very heavy, so you're going to have to give that bag to your scout to hold on to right now. Everybody give that bag to your scout. Alright, scouts, get ready. I need you guys, you scouts, to grab the white. You can grab the white paint. Your parents can leave their masks on. Okay, so do all the scouts have their white paints? Now we notice all your parents have their masks on, right? They can keep their masks on, okay? I need you. Everybody look at me. All the scouts look at me. You're going to put a white mark right here, right above the mask of all your parents, okay? So, the reason why you did this to your parents is because white is for love and guidance. Your parents are always here with you in your heart and in your spirit. They will always do the right thing, and they will help you to achieve all of your scout goals and keep you on track of life until you are an adult and can soar with the eagles. Alright, Bobcats, you guys have gone through this amazing ceremony. I have some words for you. You, as the new Bobcats, have to remember the marks of this afternoon and to always have fun along the Cub Scout trail. Alright, so if you guys also notice, you have a badge that is attached to your bag. Okay, you parents can unpin that badge from the bag. You don't pin it on yet, Mr. Ingraham. So, parents, this is the question for you. Will you present this Bobcat badge to your scout, making them an official scout? I'm getting there. So I'm going to assume that was yes, nods of heads? Okay. This privilege will be yours for every badge they earn. We expect you will work as hard as they do on some of the projects. Parents, will place this badge upside down on their uniform on their left pocket. I'll explain. So, when you as a scout or your parents notice this, or your friends or family notice this, only then can you turn your badge right side up, meaning you have done a good deed, you have helped somebody. Everybody got their badge pinned on? I think that's a yes. So, I'm going to ask, will everybody in the audience please rise? And I'm going to have you all help me recite something. So, please repeat after me. We, the parents of a Cub Scout,
We, the parents of a Cub Scout,
promise to assist our scout
promise to assist our Scouts
in earning their Cub Scout badges.
in earning their Cub Scout badges.
We will be faithful
We will be faithful
in our attendance with our pack,
in our attendance with our pack,
assist in every way possible,
assist in every way possible,
and assist our Scouts to do their best.
and assist our Scouts to do their best.
So let's give everybody a round of applause. I think everybody's getting some pictures taken quickly. Almost done, our pictures, almost done. Last one. Alright, so now I'm going to ask our Bobcats and our Bobcat families to please take your seats again, because we are going to shift focus to our next part of our ceremony. So what you noticed and what you just witnessed was the first step. And actually it's the second step for a lot of these Scouts, because a lot of these Scouts last year were Lion Scouts. So they started as kindergartners and now they're in first grade. What we're here for today is our Arrow of Light crossover. This is the final step as a Cub Scout before our Cubs go on to Boy Scouts. So this means they are in 6th grade, or now they're going to 7th grade. And they have chosen what troops they're going to do to continue their path. So, we have a very special guest here today, who's way better of an MC than I am, Mr. Harry Burnham. Harry has been involved in the scouting world for
73 years.
For 73 years. So, as you can imagine, this is very important that we have him here. So yeah, round of applause. The amount of knowledge and love that he brings to scouting is absolutely amazing. So, we have 2 Scouts today that are moving on to Boy Scouts. They are continuing on, and we're all very, very proud of all the hard work that they've put in and their parents. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Harry to start explaining his ceremony for welcoming these Scouts into Boy Scouts.
To our ancestors, may their spirit come to this fire. Guide us in what we do today and all the days that follow. Spirit of the North, you bring the cold winds and snows. The snows allow us to track for the game that inhabit this great wilderness. From the west blows and brings the warm weather to help our crops throughout the summer. To the south, with its great traverse of rivers that bring us the foods of winter, spring, summer and fall. And to the east, where the great sun shines, bringing our Manitou to life for the whole day. Spirit of the bear, be with those bobcats. Spirit of the wolf, be with those who have achieved much, the arrow of light. Long ago, on this very plot of land, there existed Native Americans. Some of you know them, some of you may not. Through our town is a small river that started way back up in the north, traversed through our town, and joined the mighty river coming from the mountains and from the gods and spirits. The river you know as Beaver. We know it as Shenandoah. Yes, along its shores they walked, followed it all the way up to the ponds to establish their little communities here and there. And in my pouch, on the very shores of all that you know as Canopy Lake, are remnants of those Native Americans. You see, their history is our history. There's a great city to the south of us. Many of you know it. How many know where Pentucket is? Wamasett. Anyone? Any been down to Lowell? Greatest encampment of all. I'm one of those who reincarnate the great chief who resided there, Chief Passaconaway. His statue still stands today in the cemetery in Pentucket. Follow that beautiful river, the Merrimack, all the way up. There's another town to the west of us that still bears the name of the Native Americans that lived there, Nashua. Further north, when Passaconaway was aged, the government gave to him 3 miles on either side of the Merrimack. Today, there's a great brewery sitting right on his grave. You see, where the Budweiser plant in the town that it's in, Merrimack, was the first grant to a Native American by the white man. But there's many legends that go on. We live in the great state of New Hampshire, but there's a lot of New Hampshire that still retains that Native American accent. How many have enjoyed going to Weirs Beach? Do you know what the name Weirs means? That's where they caught their fish. The fish went into weirs. Look it up, you young people. A weir was a fish trap, so they didn't have to use line and hook and sinker. The fish actually went into the trap, so that was called weirs, because that was a great lake there too. The great spirit of water, Winnipesaukee. I grew up on Lake Sunapee, Lake of the Wild Goose. You see, you go further north, and the Great Spirit is no longer there. But he stood and watched over us as we grew. We know it as the Old Man of the Mountains. Mount Washington is also the most sacred of all Indian spots, for it was there that the great Manitou himself would come and sit. Piscataqua River, Salhegan Valley, Sugar River, the Connecticut River. You see, every day we surround you. But like every other great society, the chief had the awesome responsibility to bring forth very new braves. He would check with his braves and with their partners, the mothers, to find out who had the skills, who could track, who could cook, who could tell firewood from greenwood, who could identify the tracks in the snow or in the mud of what animal had just trespassed. And had he learned the skills of his bow and arrow. You see, we do that today, don't we? These young people who we are so fortunate to have are precious. We teach them all that we know, and we hope that they learn some of what we ask of them, because they're going to make us proud, just as proud as these young men today. So I'm going to take these arrows, Spirit of the Fire, yellow, blue, orange, green. Enter these arrows. May they guide these young people forever. Now, before I came, I talked to two of the birds that frequent our area. And believe it or not, they really can talk. The blue jay. The blue jay is the warner. He's the one that flies just ahead of the hunter, or those who are on the trail, to warn the other inhabitants of the forest that we're about. Comes and sits on my shoulder and said, there's a small town in southern New Hampshire that has two young men who are ready to take on responsibilities of a full scout. And on the other shoulder landed the black craven. And he talked to me in the ear. He says, that is true indeed. There are two scouts down in Pelham who are ready to join the Boy Scouts. So I asked, is there one Oliver Jarrest? Oliver? Come before me. Now, because we both have masks on, I'm going to extend to you this arrow at arm's length. So you won't have to back up, aren't you? Right, good. Arm's length. Hold it across your chest and wait for my commands. Now I know this next young guy is very astute. Noah Hathaway. No, you stand by the wolf. Noah. Nathan, if you want to go by the bear, go here by the bear, right in front of the bear. Noah, this is your arrow. Now I'm going to tell you the story of the arrow. You can stand right here by the pool. Come down closer, right off of the rugs. You heard that I was in scouting 70 some odd years ago. My grandfather gave me this arrow. And this is the story he told me. And I have not forgotten it to this very day. Look at your arrow, Noah and Nathan. What do you see at the very beginning of your arrow? Yeah, what's that what do we call it? An arrowhead. There's a story of the arrowhead. A long time ago, there was a young brave, very much like yourself, who had been sent to another village to take a message and return. Along the return, he became very hungry, very thirsty, and very tired. As he was walking along, he saw a squirrel on the path, and it said, "Surely I can catch that squirrel, start a fire, and quench my hunger." Chased after the squirrel, but you know those little gray squirrels and red squirrels, they're pretty fast, aren't they? Right up the tree it went, and there's no way that he could get to that squirrel. Disgusted, he just kicked the sand, and then he followed along the trail a little further, and there was a rabbit. Now surely the rabbit can't climb a tree. I can catch that rabbit. And he ran after that rabbit, but you know what? That rabbit went zigzagging right down a hole. Couldn't catch the rabbit. Now he's really disgusted, and he's hungry and thirsty, and he comes across a small stream, quenches his thirst, and looks in the water and sees some fish. Have you ever tried to catch a fish in the natural water with your hands? Can't do it. They're just so slippery that they can dart away under a rock or down the stream or away from you. There was a cliff nearby. And remember, he was kicking the sand, and he was really upset with himself. He picked up a stone, just like you do, but instead of throwing it into the water, he threw it behind him and hit the cliff. And off the cliff came a sharp object, a piece of stone. Now he knew that if he took the lace out of his moccasins and got a stick and laced it together, he could probe underneath the rocks and maybe get a crawfish or something, or a frog to eat, and surely he did. But you know, even today, with all of the skills that we have, and I'm including your mom and dad, with all of their skills, with our computers, and with everything like that, we can't make another one exactly like this. You're special. You're not Noah, and Noah's not Nathan. And even in our family, everybody is different. Dad's not mom. Mom's not dad. Brothers and sisters may be similar, but they're not us, are they? So you see, the one I have on mine and the one you have on yours are similar, but different. So different that we sometimes don't realize how different they can be. Look at that one. Does that look like that one? No. There has never been another one exactly like this. So that's why I say you're special. Be proud of who you are and do your best. Now, can I leave you right now and hope that everything is well? I could do that, but I know that that's not going to happen. You know, I could put you in my car and say, hey, wave to your mom and dad. Turn around, wave to them. See you later. You say see you later? Okay. I'm going to the gas station down here, fill up with gas, put Noah and Nathan into my car and start driving north. I'm going to drive until I run out of gas, or nearly so, and at the first gas station I find, I'm going to say, Noah, time for you to get out. See you later. Filled up with gas. Now I'm in Canada, way up there, maybe by Quebec City or someplace. See you later, Noah. Do you think that they would survive, be very viable citizens? I don't think so. It'd be a long hike back home, and it might take a while before they got here, and I'm sure they'd learn a lot of lessons on the way if they were able to get back here. So we need some help, don't we? You see that long shaft? That long shaft represents all the people in the pack and here in the community. Yes, even the teachers at school, even though they're online, they want you to succeed. Mom and Dad want you to succeed. All the people in town know this pack has been successful in the past and they want you to succeed. Now I can put it in my bowl and pull it back, and it might go forward, but it's going to womble all over the place. No real direction. So you think that's where we stop with the arrow? What else is on the arrow? What do you see here? Fletchings. You got beautiful blue colors and yellow colors. I have white. They come in all different colors. From the front to the back, feel how nice and soft they are. Might I suggest that that represents your mom? From the day you were born until the day that she says goodbye, you can always plan on Mom. She will guide you. Dad might waffle back and forth a little bit when you ask him a question. Surely the kids down in the neighborhood aren't going to help you out. But Mom will always give you the straight answer to any question you have, no matter how old you are. Look at her deep in her eyes and see how beautiful she is. Take your hand and softly touch her cheek and see how soft she is. She's most beautiful. Now, whether you're at high school taking a final test, in college taking an exam, in the military taking responsibility for a company, or whether you're flying to the moon and have great responsibilities, if you have a question, ask Mom, and she'll give you the true answer. Now, you may not like it, because I have had some of my questions answered by my mom, and I was not really sure she was right until I did it. Then I know she was right. But now I can put it in my bowl, and it will go. I can pick any place in the area and come very close. One of those boards over there by the 35 sign. Now I might hit the one to the left. I might even hit the one that's directly in front of the 35 sign. But I don't have all of it I need. My arrow might fall short. So there's something else on your arrow that's very important. What's that? The knock. Good. Did you do the arrow up at Camp Carpenter or someplace?
No, I just did right.
Yes, good. He is correct. It's the knock. I can put the knock in my bowl, pull it back, and that bowl, all the energy in that bowl, when I release it, it's going to go down the string and shoot that arrow forward. Might I suggest that that represents your dad? Now, dads are always there to support you. I can remember my dad, that I didn't expect to be home when I came home from school one day. And my mom says, "Would you please take out the garbage?" And I says, "Mom, I really can't right now because we're going to play baseball in the lot with the rest of the kids." And she said, "I really need to have that garbage taken out." before the next words were said, my dad was, with the cuff of my neck and his boot in my butt, pushed me through the screen door and says, you will take out the garbage, won't you? And I certainly took out the garbage. So you see, when things get tough, ask Dad to help you out. He will do what he can to make sure that you stay straight. Now I can put the arrow in my, come here, I can even hit the 35-mile-an-hour sign. And if I'm really good, I can hit the bottom of the 5, put it right in that white spot. You see, now you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve because you have all the support of the arrow. So I suggest to you, don't put this in a closet or underneath your bed someplace. Put it where you can see it every day. And remember, you're special. There's a lot of people behind you that want you to be successful. Mom will guide you, and Dad will help you along this way. So I want to congratulate you both for the many achievements that you've made so far. I would ask the parents of these two young men to come and stand behind them. With the Scout Master or Cub Master, please present them with their trophy plaques and their arrow light. Do we have the arrow light symbols? Okay. No, where's your mom? The plaque that you hold shows the sun with the 7 rays, the 7 virtues that you learned. I want to ask you one question. Is that sun setting or is that sun rising? Rising? What do you think? Rising? That's the correct answer that I'm looking for, rising. Because before long, when these clouds cover us even more, and the sun goes down in the west, it's going to become dark. Whatever you started out to do today, you have limited time to accomplish, and chances are you won't accomplish it. But you know what? As in the past, every day that comes, the sun rises again. And that day, we can do all the things that we missed the day before and accomplish even more. So that's what that sun represents to you. You're our rising hope for great citizenship. So keep on doing what you do the best. And keep doing what Scouting does the best. Help others. Be prepared. And do a good turn daily. Parents, unfortunately, because of the epidemic, we don't have the little cloth badge. I would like all those who have the arrow light badge on their tunics, Scouts and Scouters, come and just make a line behind us right here. I want you to see how tall and big and strong these young people have become. Some have become dads. Some have taken their place in the community. Some is a leader in the schools. You too can do that. The arrow of light is for life. So where you wear it, it's the only badge that you can take from the Cub Scout program, other than a religious knot, on to the Scouting program, on to adult Scouting. So wear it very proudly. Like the bear that we're so familiar with, when he hit the spawn, weighs less than a pound. It spends the whole winter and summer or spring nurturing with its mother. But once it gets out of the den, it grows to be one of the most strong, most beloved, and most feared of all the woodland creatures, just like a scout. The wolf always lived in a pack with a leader called the Keeler. That pack stayed together, worked together like our community. So too, I want you to do that. That being said, turn and face your brothers who have the arrow of light. Gentlemen, congratulations on the arrow of light and continuing to honor the promises that you made so long ago. Thank you very much. At this time, I'm going to close the ceremony in honor of all of these scouts and you scouters out there, and all of you new bobcats. It's fantastic. I'm going to do it with your permission, an interpretation of the Lord's Prayer. You may now retire to your areas if you'd like. Listen to my parting song, for it is very emblematic of the scouting program. At this time, we'll have the crossover from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts. On the left side of the tree, if all the Cubs that are crossing over along with their parents line up on the left side of the tree, all the Boy Scouts from the troop and the leadership on the right side. You can announce their name and cross. Oliver, the spirit of wolf will go with you today as you cross over. You may cross over past the tree and join the new scouts. Just unbutton them. It's easier for them to slide them back on. Good, yeah. No, wait till your name's called. Any words from the Scoutmaster?
Congratulations to the new boys. Troop 610. Hope Scouting Adventure is everything you wish it
I'm willing to stay in regalia if they want to get some pictures. There's so few, they can all get a picture if they want. I don't have a problem.
So congratulations to our newest Arrows of Light, who are now Boy Scouts. Congratulations. So there's a couple special thanks. We want to thank Mr. Burnham for coming and officiating this important ceremony, and thank you to you as parents for believing in the program, helping your sons and daughters advance through this program. I mean, this is what the future holds for our young cubs, so please stick with it. Mr. Burnham has offered picture availability, social distancing, please. And thanks for being change agile and working with the committee. The committee's grown quite a bit, and without your help as parents in the committee, we would not be where we are today. So thank you very much for everybody helping us. So if everybody wants pictures, pictures are available, and that concludes our ceremony. Thank you, everybody.
Go with your mom there. You guys are picture session. You guys work with Andrew. Let's get the tables back underneath. Very well. Okay, let's start grabbing, guys. But
I just want one picture with your brother. One picture with your brother. No, but just one picture.
Oh, girls, you should have me.